don't know why the DJ decided to play it as soon as I'm stepping into the studio. Rebel with a cause. You don't have to call me also, brethren. I know it's not Shelz you're referring to.
That's how I good you.
Shelz are decent, you.
Yeah, man. Long time.
But me happen to know him for a longer time, so we know him have the rebellious side to him, you know.
True.
So I don't know if you're playing it for yourself or you play it for me. Because you know me too. Rebel with a cause, the sound of Raging Fire. And we're about to do just that. Blaze it right until 10 o'clock this morning here on Top of the Bridge.
Up and go.
We have an interesting feature. We call it WTF.
What the fact?
It's on right now.
All right, so here we're going. The name is interesting. Jamaican microbiologist and pathologist, Dr. Louis Grant? Okay. Dr. Louis Grant discovered the Aedes aegypti mosquito was actually the dengue carrier. Yeah, man. So, yeah, this is interesting. So at first, the tiny insects were just seen as an annoyance until the 1960s when Jamaicans started to experience a weird fever. After much research, Dr. Louis Grant, a microbiologist and pathologist, discovered that the fever was being spread through the Aedes aegypti mosquito. He also recognized that the fever that was caused by the dengue virus resulted in a widespread campaign, which was launched to stop the disease. His work has impacted significantly both the local and international spheres, particularly relating to the management and treatment of tuberculosis, leptospirosis, equine encephalitis, and dengue fever. He also in 1985 established the Foundation for International Self-Help, or FISH for short, clinic in Papine. This clinic offers medical services with a particular focus on the treatment of eye-related sicknesses to lower income groups and the very poor.
Yeah. Hey, Jamaicans, great team, man.
I'm just trying to figure out the name.
Of what?
You see the name, Richie?
Which one?
The name of the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just.
Oh, well. Yeah. For those who are wondering.
Yeah, I kind of had to stop there for a second. I was like, but no, Louis great, but man, say, yo, Louis.
Louis Grant, who is the director of the Bridge and also of Ira Jam Radio. And
I'm just
CGN.
like, Ira Jam and CGN. I'm just like,
it's a different Louis Grant. I know he's brilliant and everything
like that.
Yeah,
but man, say, yo.
But in another sphere.
They are doing in your spare time.
Yeah, this is Jamaican Dr. Louis Grant, a microbiologist and pathologist.
Yeah.
And he put in some work and he received his just rewards, I suspect.
Yeah.
And his definite is acclamation.
Yeah.
So we say big ups to him. Jamaicans doing well in so many spheres of life, man.
Yes.
Trust me.
And we are continuing the vibes.
Yeah, stories like these make me really feel proud to be Jamaican, honestly.
Yeah.
Lovely look, yeah, give them out.
Time now for
update. All right, so I got a couple stories, but first and foremost, I have to kick off the vibes by saying big up Indignation, big up Protege and the crew. You understand what I mean? I say Lost in Time, the Lost in Time Festival. Never look normal at all. And I mean that in a very good way. I never.
Trust me.
Richard, what is it? You heard say I got 6,000.
Yeah. I got a call. I got a call on Saturday morning because they wanted to ensure that they have a certain amount of beverages.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
And when Miss Burke called my phone. And she says, Richard, this thing is going to be bigger than we thought it would have been. She says, I think we're going to have well over 6,000 people in that building. And I was like, what?
Yeah, man.
That's good. Yeah, and I mean, and look at the support. I mean, apart from the build acts, which were like Tessellated, Rasai, Yardcore, Samurai Eye, Jazzalis, Naomi Cowan, Mortimer, and of course, Protege. He had guests passing through in their numbers. Leela Ike. By the way, Leela Ike, in stepping off the stage, she had some strong words, it seems, for a telecommunications company.
What she said?
Cuss about what I say. One of you know, say one Protege here. So I don't know if it's a case where was it that the sponsorship request was not granted? I don't know. But Leela was in a mood.
Yeah, man.
Popcorn passed through.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Donia passed through.
It was good seeing Diddy.
Yeah.
It was really good seeing
was happy to see Chronix.
Yeah. Oh, you know, somebody go when I saw him fall, I'm seeing fall out and I say, the first one across my mind was like, Richie.
Yeah.
Would you ask for the general?
What do you mean? A long time Chronics step on the stage that run and parts.
Hold on, you're looking at my face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Chronics.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't tell you
Shock,
when
man.
last I heard of,
Shock.
Chronics
Yeah.
coming out.
And a member of the Marley family, Kimani Marley.
Kimani did for boss it too.
Trust me.
Like, no, it was really good. And
Yeah.
I mean, we know a lot of, we carried many stories previous to Richie. A lot of persons saying, how Proto and his music only seem to be tailored to a certain crowd. And boy,
He has
I don't know about that, because
He has wide support.
that turn out there.
Yeah, man.
And then,
That's a cross section of the Jamaican society.
Palm Drive, Hope
Yeah.
Girls, and a
And
simple place for book and to see it turn out. So
I love. I've always said it, Shelz. I like when the artists put back put back their energies and earnings back into the business.
I agree.
And we always like to commend them when the Alkaline does it, or Popcorn does it, or whoever does it.
Yeah, man.
We love to see that. And Protege was obviously bringing a lot of the experience that he would have gained from festivals overseas.
That's exactly what he
into
did.
Jamaica.
That two stage something there.
Yep.
It's not
Smooth transition from one to the other.
I want to mention two things what I have to big up. For a festival we call the Lost in Time Festival, the organizers definitely know what time is. Like the timing, like everything just runs smooth, everything was on time.
The man them start from in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's like you never get no
And
feeling
they,
of
and they had
egos.
support there, yeah.
Yeah, you never have a feeling like artists has take too long on stage because
No.
of ego. Everybody does share the stage and
Yeah.
share the time. And it's also what I have to big up Indignation and Proto and the team for, is that whenever them do stuff like this, it's like a creative hub. So it's a lot more than the music. You see crafts, you see people that sell t-shirt. It's like a whole experience for the creative industry.
Yeah.
So
and they
big up.
always demonstrate what teamwork can achieve.
Yeah, man, a nice
'Cause
community.
Even in interviews that Protege did, he made sure to emphasize the fact that it's a lot of persons
Yeah, man, I know him alone.
with creative ideas
Yeah,
who
man.
came together. So we're happy for that. And big
a
ups
good
to the
one.
supporters who went out and had a good time.
For real.
I know you have some more, so we're going to just
man,
crisscross.
got you. Yeah, man.
Of course, my weekend started off on Friday night at the big event, Salute to Dance Hall over there at the Mass Camp. Of course, it's part of the Reggae Month series, and it saw Sizzler, who was the closer. Well, I mean, I tell you, we saw some wicked performances. Sizzler, then there was, of course, Capleton, Beanie Man, Mr. Lex, Peter Metro, Maca Diamond, singing melody with the Big Bad Rough Cut Band. Many other artists were in the building. Stone Love did the juggling, but we say hats off to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, and their affiliates who put on that free concert. That's a concert that you'd be paying maybe $15,000 to see.
Easily. With them
in a real life.
Yeah, man.
But all of those came through as a free event, and it really went down very, very well.
Yeah, man. Now, despite what I always say about, Portmore, some are proud of the Gaza and thing. But there's an artist from the next side, back in the feuding days. It's nice for seeing him forward out on the music. Me I talk about my father. Like, I really like for seeing my father. Especially with what I'm going through, it's nice to see that he still spends time with the craft. And my father returns with a true one named Pain. And I like the fact that Dexter Dap step on the track here too. I know Dexter always a sing tune for the ladies, so it's nice sometimes for saying can change it and do a little,
switch it up
a little
somewhat.
gangster reality thing about it. And then also, no, that's what they call it, Richie, like a gangster reality, that we call it. But yeah, so the tune in Pain.
So sorry, it's not that Shelz is embracing gangsterism, listeners.
No,
Don't
it's
get it
not.
twisted.
It's not.
Please.
That's the name of the genre. It's
Right.
a subgenre
All
of
right.
dance.
I'm just making sure nobody
Yeah, you see,
misunderstands
that's
your
why
comment. You know what I mean?
that's why them for tune into the Bridge Chart show. I teach them these things. You
right.
understand what I'm saying? But yeah, so Mavado it features Dexter Daps and J.A. and like really and truly, I heard the song on Friday. I'm not gonna lie, it have a little
buzz?
vibe. Yeah, man, it have a little vibe to it, and I would just it was shot in South Florida, so nobody feel like Mavado did forward out there to shoot the video. But yeah, it's a good look, and
That's a wicked combination.
yeah,
just by
so-
the names.
yeah, so
Yeah.
we give thanks for it.
All right. Orla was highlighting the fact that there were so many things happening on the weekend, some of which I didn't even know about. I mean, I know about, of course, the Gibson Relays.
Yes.
I caught some of that. I'm aware of the 8 Sound Clash, the Sound Fest at Sabina Park, which was courtesy of the Bass Odyssey and aggregation putting on that one. And that was well supported. What else was on? You were telling me about Mellow Vibes was on?
Listen to me. Saturday was just out off the chain. Mellow vibe. You also had there was an event called I Love the 90s, right?
Okay.
Which features Stone Love Renaissance, bodyguard.
Oh.
I tell you.
In a Kingston.
In a Kingston. I'm like, Kingston was, then you had the protege the last time. No, trust me,
there's
Saturday
a lot
was
of
just-
things happening, and it seems that most events seem to have gotten good support.
Yeah.
So that's a good look. I want to quickly mention the fact that Skillibeng is going off on tour now with Wizkid. This is after he exited the Chris Brown tour. Skillibeng is set to join Afrobeats artist Wizkid for his More Love, Less Ego multi-city tour in the United States. I wonder if it was because of those issues why he came off the Chris Brown tour.
I don't know.
Less love and more ego. I don't know. Just being devil's advocate. But it's More Love, Less Ego. That's the name of the tour. And Skillibeng is set to share stage with, of course, Wizkid in a number of states. Philadelphia. He also heads over to Montreal and Toronto in Canada. And in addition to that, he has been announced as a guest on another Artiste tour, Ruga. And he's stopping in Washington, Brooklyn, and Boston on tour with Ruga. So a lot of things are happening for him. He's getting a lot of love in the hip hop and the rap and the Afrobeats world. And we wish Skillibeng, a young artist who is making his name and presence felt internationally, all the very, very best. All right. On that note,
that was update.
Time now for us to go to our feature.
The proverb of the day.
Bird fly too fast past him nest.
What I'm doing.
Run that again there.
Bird fly too fast past him nest.
Bird fly too fast past him nest.
Yeah, so not get cut off of that. That's exactly how it is.
It's a bird
fly too fast. Yeah.
Well,
how am I cut go?
Yeah, man. We know all birds need their nest. So he wouldn't want intentionally fly past the nest.
Anytime him fly too fast past him nest, trouble.
Yeah, man. Something. Yeah. You can't neglect the nest. That don't make no sense.
Yeah, read into it, Bridge Nation.
Yeah.
And as you do, let us give you the official meaning. Those too hasty in actions or decisions tend to miss the ultimate goal or forget the important things in life.
That is it.
Slow down.
That is it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Check your speed. Oh, you move so fast. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, we can live with that.
Yeah, I like this one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But fly too fast, pass in this.
Those too hasty in actions or decisions tend to miss the ultimate goal or forget the important things in life.
All
Respect.
Right. That was the proverb of the day. Now, pet peeves are things that people do that you might find upsetting, annoying, irritating very often. And usually at this time we have a pet peeve from a member of the Bridge Nation. So I think we do have one this morning, and we're going to find out what that pet peeve is right now.
Good morning, Bridge Nation. I'm 6 feet tall. I'm a woman living here in Jamaica. I would like to consider myself very attractive, and therefore I would like to dress that way. One of the biggest pet peeve of mine, being that I'm 6 feet tall, that would mean that I wear between size 12 and 13. Now, when I go into a store that says that they have those sizes, tell me why the shoes them look like clown shoes. Tell me why all the shoes are sneakers form and have white bottom on it. I'm a woman. I consider myself attractive. Therefore, I want sexy shoes and slippers. What is it that they think that a 6 feet tall woman only wants to wear sneakers? No, man, wanna do better. My biggest pet peeve.
Jaja.
Yeah, and you know something I agree with her?
Yeah.
150%.
Man.
Yeah, tall women want to be stylish as well.
I agree. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm.
And they want to bring out their swag.
Right.
They want strong shoes, they want attractive shoes, and they want them at reasonable prices.
True.
I'm vouching for that.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
You know, with some cool long time, like on this platform alone or something.
Yeah.
You need some styles.
That's true.
Yeah, so
man.
you can imagine that that lady now.
Yeah.
She goes into a store, and when she looks at size 6 to 10, Some really attractive styles.
Neat.
And then we should go over the bigger sizes.
Michael Jordan.
Some 1940s look.
Lone Shacquille O'Neal.
Nah, man.
Nah, sir.
Nah, man.
I can understand.
man.
Yeah, that's set away for
Agree
real.
there, man.
Yeah.
Keep the styles right through, brethren.
Agreed.
Don't cut off the pretty style them at size 7 and 8 and 9 and them thing there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Double that and you still find a nice style of shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, this is why I like the pet peeves, you know, because we get some pet peeves, man, without you don't know even thought about.
I don't know.
Yeah. There you have it.
I never know this was a real like
I'm
glad it was brought to our attention, but like I'm just saying, like we never know it's a woman I go through them that struggle like that. You know what I mean?
And I'm not just blaming the designers, I'm also blaming the stores themselves, because I suspect that very often they can get the styles, but they're maybe reluctant because that market might not be as popular.
How often would a 6 foot woman?
I sometimes have a problem getting jackets in Jamaica.
I'm not even going to go.
Right, because the man I work with some 32. Do you know that a suit that I wore on a stage recently, which was ordered by me, the owner of the store got the size wrong.
Uh-oh.
And we had to use the closest one to my fit, get a smaller one, and take a piece out of a smaller. So we have the tailors who we can use.
Right.
And they actually extracted a piece out of a smaller jacket, reduced that one to a smaller size to include increase my size.
Really?
He made an error in terms of the size that I ordered.
Wow.
But the point is, I keep saying, brethren, bring in some things for man. You know, the 46 long, brethren.
And you know,
46 long, now say that. Maybe Shelz want a 35 or something, you know what I mean? But I only want a 37 or a 40.
and the funny thing, you know what? The funny thing about it, you know, there is a huge market for that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because we can't find anything at all.
I tell you, man.
I'm not even going to go there this morning.
It's not only the
I can tell
style,
you.
the creators of the styles, it's also the stores are not stocking the variety that they should.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have some brethren. I have a nephew. I went into a store some years ago and I was buying a pair of sneakers and they said, Richie, your nephew was here a couple of days ago, you know. I said, yeah. She said, but the only thing is that his size was quite different. I said, what do you mean? So 14 in waist. No, he's very, very tall.
Yeah.
Right? So you want to make sure that you have for all of these people.
Hey.
All right?
Yes, I agree.
Have we belabored the point? No. All right, so that was the pet peeve. We're going to be having a little discussion here, Bridge Nation, because there are some things that are happening in our nation that we're really wondering how come, you know what I mean? For instance, this matter of the news that came out about $35 million being missing from a financial institution locally. It was believed to be in the parish of St. Anne, as it was said via various social media posts and then carried in mainstream media, that an employee of this institution literally walked out with $35 million in cash and then got onto a flight and headed up, I think they said, to Canada. Now, the investigation started, and within a few days, the police, the fraud squad, the Bankers Association of Jamaica, the Bank of Jamaica, they're all coming out and are saying there's no evidence of this $35 million gone missing. This is a serious matter, especially at a time when we're having so much going on in our financial sector. Where did this story come from?
Everybody's trying to and I think they probably figure out, but they haven't shared it just yet because you know, cyber security, cyber police, they're supposed to be checking where the source of this information came from. You understand me? Because this is serious. But I'm just saying, it just never add up. You understand me? And I feel like misinformation is a thing that is getting out of hand. We have to be careful about what we're sharing. Make sure that it's true before you share it. Because right now, our financial institutions here in Jamaica,
under fire.
We're under fire. So you have to be careful the things that you're putting out there. You know much people from foreign. I said, listen, what go on, man?
You can't tell. Some people who want the likes and the numbers are that, you know. And I think that is a big part of the problem.
You know, and it's a further discussion, like in terms of how traditional media, how they act on social media, because social media will always be social media. Like that's why I'm gonna too like Twitter. You understand what I mean? So because Twitter, you have to just have sense to navigate through Twitter. Cause you have the truth, you have what's false, you just have what doesn't make no sense. You understand what I mean? So,
Yes.
And because traditional media outlets have these social media pages,
Yes.
they end up in the whole that space as well, trying to find a way to navigate through it. And it's whoever running these pages, they can't just get them off and know, say, yo, remember at the end of the day, you're one big media house. You can't
Exactly.
Usually, the traditional media do not get caught or caught up in stories like these, and I'm really surprised and somewhat disappointed.
it's not a good look.
Yeah, I was dealing with it with some degree of skepticism initially until somebody sent me a photograph of the person. I think seemingly having landed in Canada. And I said,
so the flight take
you want to see me expand the image and I try to see if I can see her face.
Because the person had on a mask, they had on a hat. You could not see anything. You could barely see the person's skin. You were seeing the ankle, you were seeing their hands, but you weren't seeing anything. And the thing too, Richie and Shelz, is that there wasn't any name. They didn't give any name, the entire time we're saying, oh, this is happening. But me I said, so we don't know the name of the employee. We can't even share a name. And then it's the more you started to question certain things, you're saying to yourself, something is not looking good here. And I just want to know, will anybody be held accountable for this misinformation that has been shared not only here in Jamaica, but also
all over the world.
All over the world.
At a very bad time for us when we were going through so much.
Timing.
Because really, if someone can just go into, an employee can just walk out during opening hours with $35 million in cash, just like that, it would not say a lot for us in terms of our financial security.
Yes.
No way.
Definitely. Let me say this. When that story broke, Richie, I'm saying to myself, how can one individual,
one woman,
what's her access code and all of that to get into that vault or whatever and just stash 35 million, bag it, and just where are your checks and balances?
No, let me just remind Bridge Nation of a situation that I carried here on this program some time ago. You might recall when a friend of mine who works in Canada went into a bank to do the cleaning that is normally done as part of a contract that he's involved with, and they actually they actually forgot to close the vault. And he showed a video walking through
easily,
and he was saying, look at all of this money that is they're not protected.
Giving me that opportunity.
He did the right thing.
You need to big up yourself, sir.
Yes, sir. He did the right thing. He made contact with the bank's manager, and they came in and secured the vault.
Yes.
And I was looking at what looks like hundreds of thousands, if not millions of Canadian dollars. So there can be that kind of situation, but that happened after midnight.
Yes.
As against in this instance where they're saying it's during office hours.
Broad
daylight, and you just walk out.
Pick up a lady with a because the bag I got heavy. Me not ask you. $35 million in a bag, it's heavy.
A good food.
A good food that.
A good food.
Logo out there.
Shelz, the last time you had that kind of money, it weighed heavily on your shoulders.
Yeah. We're trying to walk with them thing then.
Too often.
Yeah. I wanna ask somebody if we walk out on a bank with it neither. So
Exactly.
but
you're not supposed to be pulling over $1 million or something like that.
Exactly.
without red flags.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. My thing is that what I'm taking away from this is that we need to be more responsible about the information that we're sharing. Make sure nothing is wrong, because we're supposed to share information, but find out first if this is legit, credible. Where's the source? Where's it coming from? So that you don't get yourself in any problem. Because I feel that persons who share this, media outlets and the source of this misinformation should get in some sort of trouble.
No,
which one of the source?
It is serious.
I don't know.
Like
that's
the social media source, because not now come out of it.
Because I'm wondering.
And that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
the social media, like the media outlet themselves, like the traditional media hosts will have the lawyers and all the big money behind it.
Right.
Them, I see those employ that person getting in trouble.
So
But
the original source,
but like the
they're not going
social
to get
media
them. Wow.
blogger, whoever they do it, I don't,
Yeah.
I can't see nothing coming out.
In all of this, a financial institution was not named, right?
No.
Right.
It just
So
said financial
I don't think there's any
institution in sense
legal.
Right. So legal,
right.
yes.
Yeah,
That's
right.
what a lawyer said to me last night. Said legal, yes, it's public mischief, but
Right.
legally nothing can be done.
Nobody's
because no
name was mentioned,
shared.
neither was
the
the
bank
institution's name.
institution wasn't named
Yeah,
as
but
well,
it is
so-
a bad look for us
Yes.
as a country.
Yes.
It's similar to what happened recently when this thing came out of the Prime Minister, and then all of a sudden a retraction. These are
Yes.
things that it does a lot of damage.
Well, you know, Mohammed's, and it goes to show how where the society is right now in terms of like the trust in the financial institutions. Because once upon a time, if you hear the Jamaica Bankers Association, the police, and BOJ all telling you say not no go so, but you can really still look on them and say, nah, I'm not believe
I'm
you.
not too sure.
Yeah, it goes for sure where we're there
Yes.
right now. Like,
Right.
because from you tell me that, so the person really go Canada for real?
No,
Okay, you
it's
see
not
what-
even real.
hold on,
What
you
it
see-
looks
you
like
see-
the
you see-
story
you
is
see-
made
hold on.
up completely.
Straight make believe.
You see?
Make believe.
What you see what I talk about? Like right now, I try to find some truth.
Yeah, what person?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, but still can't believe,
Yeah,
you know what I
so
mean?
So she never,
Yeah, once upon a time, the police tell me say, no, go sir, a true officer. But no, sir.
question everything.
everything.
So that
You know,
shows you how
where's the person?
sensitive the situation
You understand,
is right
Shelz?
now.
You know what this reminds me
What
of?
person? Who is the person? Where's the person? Who is
You know what this reminds me of, and I turn to you, Audley, because Shelz and Jody are a little younger than we are. But years ago, you might have heard there was this rumor going around that there was a John Crow some coffin going around.
I
You know the
was
story?
told that story.
And every day stories are coming out, Shelz. We saw it in Crossroads. It was moving through. This is a coffin by itself, just a move through, so you know. And people are seeing it all over the place.
Sister told me that story.
It's a similar thing. This.
See, you never need social media for that.
Listen, it just goes faster with social media.
A long time we're
now.
under the spell of these mischief makers. They need to
Yes,
stop, though.
yes,
in all
yes,
seriousness, because you're doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
Especially to the country's reputation. You know what I
And a
mean?
host has gotten into trouble with SSL. They have sued her. For some stuff that
It's the
she
same
had
person
said.
who'd have the big butt when the brother in the taxi there. And, you remember that one day?
Yeah, I would never get that one then.
But we know, it's in the news.
Oh, the
Oh, yeah.
So,
No, it's not the same thing we're talking about.
No. But,
You know.
I don't know. I think you guys know. I'll speak off air about the name of the show and so on. But she's
Okay.
in trouble. They shared it. We just saw the.
Was it like defamation or something?
Yes.
Is
so
it?
they're saying that some
Yeah.
of the things that she said in
Yeah.
her show is not true.
Well, younger broadcasters do listen to us, and you have to be responsible.
Yes.
And you can't go spewing what you think are facts when it's just what you think, and not necessarily what the facts are.
Yes. Definitely. So true.
All right. Thank you, Jody. Thank you,
You're
Shelz.
most
DJ.
welcome.
The Bridge Nation, what are your thoughts? We love to keep the conversation going. 876-551-5782. Send us a WhatsApp message. Give us a voice note and tell us how you feel about that situation that we just discussed of the $35 million hoax. That's what it really was. My God. We have thousands and thousands more listening right now, as they normally do at this time every Monday morning for the UK Connection. Bridge 99 FM and The Beat London 103.6 FM. Richie B and Shelz and the man from the UK, or brother man, the big man, Robo Ranks. Him there. Check.
We'll see him.
Sound like black arm, black hero. Try again. I don't think I need to be doing the checking. He's checking on his end.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing from Robo is check. And he's now tapping the microphone. You know, one of the interesting things that came out of the UK on the weekend, and I wanted to find out whether or not Robo Ranks wants to position himself to be in the running by making an offer for this very unique and antique piece. Bob Marley's old Range Rover will be included in an auction on March 26 at the Practical Classics Classic Car and Restoration Show, and that is in Birmingham, England.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Trust me,
That-
Robo, you want to get this, because another 2 years from now you can double your money. Marley's ownership.
I don't quite have
or
that
triple.
money there.
Oh,
I
there it
don't
is.
quite have that money. I don't have that money.
You
I don't have
sure?
that money. But I was actually listening to a former footballer. Just you talking about auctions. A former footballer was telling us about. Good morning, by the way, team.
Greetings, Honorable.
Good afternoon to you.
Vivian Anderson, a former Manchester United player, was telling us about the famous shirt that Maradona wore in the game against England and Argentina, where he scored that fantastic goal. And he gave the shirt to an England player. Viv Anderson tried to broker the deal, so he's trying to do a Richie B. He said, if anybody wants, he called an antique buyer and said, if anybody wants this shirt, it's going for 150 grand. That's English pounds. The man said, nah. Tell the footballer who had the shirt, I'll give him 125. The footballer said, nah, I need 150. I need, pension, my kids, my grandkids. The antique buyer said, nah, I can't give you. 25 grand short of 150.
And he refused that offer?
The footballer refused the offer, took the shirt, put it in a footballing museum, to keep it well preserved, but he's still the owner of it.
Right.
And then he decided to sell the shirt.
At a later date?
Later date. How much do you think the Maradona scoring that Hand of God shirt went for?
Depending on how much time elapsed since the first offer, I wouldn't be surprised if I hear 300,000.
No. What? 9 million.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So 9 million good of King Charles's money.
Yo.
So anybody that may buy that car you're talking about, I don't have the money to buy the car. Can you imagine? 9 million.
Yeah, this is it. I'm showing it on the screen right now. It's actually a Range Rover.
I know of
and
this.
I think
stories about that.
There it is. It's from way back. And Kevin is zooming in so the Bridge Nation can get a chance to see what it looked like. It is said that the kids might have had something to do with the color that it turned out to be. It was red when he bought it, but Bob changed the color, and now it's an auction. I don't know. You think it will be over 9 million pounds for it? I don't know.
I think, as you say, as time goes on, the value goes even more, and more obviously Bob's legend. Just like inflation goes up, the more the price of that car will go up. And Range Rover, the car company, is obviously a massive brand in itself. So not only are you're buying a Bob Marley branded a car that he owned, you're also buying an iconic brand, Range Rover. So. Yeah, I can imagine.
I think he bought this when they were just coming out back in the day, actually. But just to give a little bit more information on it, the engine has been disassembled and placed in the back of the Jeep, so it's not driving as we speak. And it only shows 62,920 miles on the clock. And it's in that kind of condition, kind of crusty and so on, rust in parts. But I think they'll get a good price for it. Yeah.
In Germany, 62. When you buy a gentleman picked me up from the airport one day. I was in Germany, and I remember the car was an immaculate Benz, cream Benz. I remember it so vividly. And I said to him, "It's a really nice car, but it's a very old Benz." He goes, Yeah. He said, it's only 150,000 miles on the clock, yeah. That's 150,000 miles. He goes, he nearly changed his accent. He said, "Brother, the car's just warming in." For 160,000 on those cars like Mercedes Benz, so 66 on the clock. Nah, barely went round the clock with that Range Rover. Nah.
Can I just share a quick story on purchasing a vehicle years ago from an expatriate who was actually here in Jamaica working for a while, Shelz. Robo Audley will be interested in this. It was a massive.
Audley's got the money, that's why.
Anything to do with car, Audley is light, fierce light up. So I went to St. Thomas to pick up the vehicle, having paid for it.
Right.
And I'm going to drive back from Yallas back into Kingston. And the little old white man, he was an engineer. He says, Richard, I got as much as 60 out of this vehicle. 60 he got out of it. So the vehicle has not gone beyond 60 miles per hour on any journey. Jeez. Well, by the time I was coming back into Kingston, I had already gone to 120 miles. So he said to me, "It's quite nippy, I got as much as 60 out of it." I said, wow. I'm going to tell you what nippy really is. 120, but double that.
Well, I can say this. I can say this for certain. If he's a white English gentleman that owned a car, they don't drive over 40. They drive really slow. They put on their special driving gloves. They put on their caps, and they only drive it on Sunday. And 40 for them is it's quite nippy. This quite nippy. Yeah, that's true. They look after their cars, man.
Yeah. Shelz, I look forward to days like these when we get a chance to do things like these.
Yeah.
With these little ones out of Tivoli Gardens who are here, looking all cute in their uniform, and they're a part of a big event that takes place in Tivoli Gardens. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Faces of Tivoli Gardens. It's a community outreach program spearheaded by Shacquille Henry, who is here with us. Morning, Shacquille.
Morning.
Yes, sir. And they've worked hard every year to make a tangible social impact in the community of Tivoli Gardens. The yearly programming includes the Community Festival, Tivoli Gardens, which is a celebration of the positive elements found within the community that is typically not highlighted by mass media. And for that, we commend them. The festival is celebrated for 3 days, each of them focusing on different events. This morning, of course, we'll get all the details on that from Shacquille Henry. But I want these students, so how many of them, Shelz? 3, 6, 7 of them. I want them on top of their voices, just like they did when Auntie Jojo asked you to do it a while ago, just to say good morning Jamaica, loud and strong. After 3, 1, 2, 3, go.
Good morning, Jamaica!
Oh,
I didn't say breakfast.
Oh, you mean?
I didn't say breakfast.
Shacquille, what did you feed these kids?
Oh my God, I don't know, but it's just power and strength,
Power and
hard
strength.
work,
Yes, sir.
dedication and commitment.
Oh yes, yes. Congratulations on what you have done with this competition and all that you're doing in the community. Give us some background on this Faces of Tivoli Gardens program.
All right, so Faces of Tivoli Garden was created in 2015 after an electrical fire destroyed an apartment complex that I was living on. Right in the time to enter university, actually 15 families was left homeless, including myself. So with my links and connection and friends, I gather a call to action days where we get everybody back into school by September morning. It was like actually the 24th of August, and I ensured that everybody was back into school and get back every equipment that they need and personal stuff to start school September morning.
Since 2015 you've been doing this?
Since 2015 we've been operating Faces of Tivoli Gardens. We have a number of programs that we do, but our most standout programs are the Sister and Brother Speak. So Sister and Brother Speak is a community talkback session which give male and female the opportunity to speak up against what's happening to them within society. So with this year, what we do with this program is we merge the pageant that we normally have along with Sisters Speak, because March is recognized as International Women's Month. So we're having a 2-day event which starts on March 3rd, and then we wrap up on March 4th. So on March 3rd, we have the Sisters Speak, which will be held at the Tivoli Garden High School. We have speakers as Camila McDonald. We have financial advisor Natalie Johnson. We have entertainment publicist Suzanne Smith, and the session will be moderated by Tamoy Campbell.
All right.
No, Shacquille, so you mentioned those various activities. All of that fall under the community festival, or is that
So the 2-day festival it's fall under the community festival.
I really love
so
that
it's
name.
coming together as one people to celebrate our community and lift the spirit of our community.
Love that, man. And speaking of the lifting of the spirits of the community, I really love the initiative, as in the what do I call that now, the meds behind it, the initiative, in terms of, like, you mentioned that Richie mentioned in the intro that mass media played a really sad role in terms of making Tivoli look a certain way, in a certain light. So I really love what's happening here, and so I'm just curious, what has the support been looking like, especially from not only from the residents of Tivoli but island wide?
Just to tell you, like, on Thursday, I think we were on CVM at Sunrise, and then most person didn't know about the festival. So once we get the opportunity to be on CVM at Sunrise, my phone was constantly ringing off.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yes, definitely.
Wait until you leave the studio this morning, Shacquille. Mark my word.
Definitely.
By the way, are you prepared to put a number out there just in case persons want to support?
Yes, I'm ready to put a number out there. You can either text us on, DM us on Instagram, we're at Faces of Tivoli Gardens, or you send an email to facesoftivoli23@gmail.com, or you can call 507-2406. That's 507-2406. You can ask for my name, Shacquille Henry, or our Vice President, Miss Imani Jones.
Support can't be too much, bro.
Can't be too much.
And I'm sure that there might be one or two areas that you do well with a little bit of extra support right now, right?
Definitely.
Now, you have some beautiful, seven beautiful ladies, young ladies. I suspect these are some of the contestants in the Mini and Miss Tivoli Gardens Pageant 2023.
Yes.
What can you tell us about that before I get a chance to say hi to them individually?
Okay, so we have 17 girls. Wow. We have 9 in the Mini and 8 in the Miss.
Okay.
Actually, we have all 8 Miss Tivoli here with us now, but they cannot fit in the studio. But our Mini, we have 7 of our contestants here with us today.
Okay.
We have started 3 months of training with them. We try to train them the basic etiquette and how to speak. We do some schoolwork as well because, you know, we have to ensure that academics is a part of everything.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, it's hard training, trust me. Sometimes the girls want to pull out and we still have to give them the encouragement to kind of pull through. But today we have 7 here with us. 2 is at school now, but yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting a chance to meet them, Shelz. And I'm sure you're excited about that too. DJ Adlim done take a portion of photographs already and Tim because he's quite excited. We thank you for dropping by with them. I'm going to start with you in purple, and you're just going to give your name and what else you want from them. Maybe you're not wearing your sash, but do they wear sashes?
Actually, what has happened is that to wear a sash, the girls would have to get an individual sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So what the parents do, the parents are the ones who fund the girls.
All right.
So we only have sashes for when we have the queen, first and second runner.
I got you. All right. So just give us your names from you. Come, just speak into the microphone. Don't be shy. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Tiara Grant. I attend the Edward Tiaga Primary School. I am in grade 2 and I am 8 years old.
All right. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Next one.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Carolina Cavalier. I attend the St. Aloysius Primary School. I am in grade 4 and I am 10 years old.
Thank you. Moving right up. These are bright children.
I get emotional.
I'm impressed. Let's go.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Dania Mackenzie. I attend the Alpha Primary School. I am in grade 3 and I am contestant number 2.
All right. Thank you. Meeting another one. Let's fix the mic for her. All right. Yes, go ahead.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Michikago. Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Michikago. I am 8 years old. I am in grade 3. I attend the Calabar and Infant and Primary School. I am contestant number 1 in the Mini Miss Tivoli Garden Pageant.
Oh, they're sounding so... No, listen, can you imagine the excitement right now with Mommy and everybody listening back home? Yeah, we're not done yet. Let's meet the next contestant. Those in the back row, the taller ones now are coming forward. Just adjust the microphone for this tall lady. Good morning.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Tiana Abel. I attend the Holy Family Infant and Primary School. I am 8 years old and I am in grade 3. And I am contestant number 6 in the Mini Miss Garden Pageant.
Good to meet you. Next contestant coming forward. She's, what school do you attend?
Edward Saga Primary.
Okay, so go with your introduction now.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Chloe Bowman. I attend the Edward Tiago Primary School. I am in 4th grade and I'm 10 years old.
Thank you so much. Good to meet you. And then the final one in the studio coming forward. Go ahead.
Good morning, Jamaica. My name is Paris Basker and I attend the Edward Tiago Primary School. I'm in 5th grade and I'm 11 years old. I am contestant number 8 in the Mini Miss Tivoli Pageant.
All right. Give yourselves a nice big round of applause. You all did so very well. So here's the trick question for all of you now. And you can be honest in answering, and you can answer as loud as you want. You can say me in answering. Who is going to win the Mini Miss Tivoli Gardens Pageant 2023?
Me!
Several of them saying that at the same time. Well, good luck to all of you. Great meeting you as well, all right? Shelz.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if a few years from now you hear that one of these ladies actually is on here with us right here.
Hey.
Yeah, they're looking at everything that we're doing, and I'm sure that they're thinking, maybe I could do this job.
Maybe I can do this. I
Yeah.
can be
Any of
crazy.
you would like to do broadcasting? Yeah? Thinking about it.
Think about it.
Shacquille, this is a good thing that you're on to, man. When is the coronation, by the way?
All right, so day 1 is on Friday, which is the Sisters Speak at the Tivoli Gardens High School. And then day 2 is when we have the Community Festival and Pageant Show. And that is happening in Tivoli Garden, Top 10 Turf, Tivoli Garden. We start at 6 p.m. and we run to around 11 p.m. I want to say special thank you for our performance, Rasai and Ezran, for coming on board on such a short notice. I want to thank you guys. And I want to also say a special thank you to all my sponsors. I want to big up Standpipe Deli, the Ramsey Hotel and Convention Center from all the way Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I want to say thanks to Water, Bob Marley Foundation, Tivoli Garden High School, Manifesto Jamaica, Boss Event, PSW Sportswear, Neary, Just Gift and Decor, Picnic Palace Picnic, Fire Promotion, iNation Books and Accessory, DSC Media, Humanity Over Vanity, Kizzy's Zabi, Main Events, and our Councillor Donovan Samuels and Member of Parliament Desmond McKenzie. I want to thank all our sponsors for coming.
And if you're listening and you'd like to play a role in this fantastic series of events down there in Tivoli, telephone number 876-507-2406, and you can call that number and ask for Shacquille Henry. Great meeting you, bro, and all the best to you. Well done. And kids, nice meeting all of you. All the best. Continue to do well in school, and good luck in the competition, all right?
Enough love.
Somebody scream! These guys have a lot of energy. So we have a guest at this time, DJ Audley, a multi-award winning psalmist. Her name is Lisa Grace Harris. She hails from Reach District. Guess where?
Where?
Not Portland, man.
Porty.
The parish of my birth. What? I said Portland. Yeah, so Harris has been involved in music for as long as she can remember, having sung in church and school, and her professional career has spanned almost 2 decades, actually. Looks like somewhere in the region of 18 years. She balances between being an artist and a business owner, and she recently released an album entitled Strong Tower. And I want to talk to her about that project and other things that she's been doing. We say good morning and welcome to this darling of Portland. Good morning, Lisa Grace Harris. How are you doing?
Good morning. I am amazing. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
I am doing well, Lisa Grace. Nice having you on the program. And
Thank you so much.
Especially to make the connection as another Portlander myself.
Yes, that is amazing. That's amazing.
It is amazing indeed. A beautiful parish with some beautiful people, and you're one of them. So you've been in the business almost 2 decades, but before we talk about music, what was it like as a young child growing up in Portland? What were your experiences like?
Oh, tomboy, wild and crazy. It was beautiful. I've had the privilege of growing up close to rivers and all the fruit trees and just, riding the bikes, the skate bikes. My childhood was very adventurous and having a lot of siblings as well. So that makes it even more creative. So my childhood in Portland, I would say it was good. Growing up though, I have to add this. I don't think children realize whether or not they're living in a poverty-stricken area so much, because we just make the most out of what we have.
Yeah.
So it wasn't fancy or posh, but it was adventurous.
Yeah, definitely. And like people, we pride ourselves in the fact that you can, anywhere you walk, you can find an orange tree, you can find a grapefruit tree, some tangerine trees, bananas. It's right there for the taking, and we enjoy that aspect of country life. So eventually, I understand that you moved to Antigua. Now, by that time, had you already entered the music business?
I wouldn't say professionally, no, because I I had other aspirations. You know, I wanted to be a nurse. I wanted to be a chef and all of those kind of things. So it's not like I had planned to be a musician or anything. But like, you know, topping off the school programs, Jeans Day, you know, Lisa on stage dancing or singing, stuff like that, or getting involved in church outings and concerts and so on. I would say yes, but not professionally.
So what made you decide to make that plunge? Were you encouraged by your peers or your family, or you just came to that realization that, you know what, I want to put my talent out there, I want to spread the gospel? How did that come about?
You know, thank you very much for this question, because sometimes things happen and you don't plan them, and this is an amazing story. I didn't plan it. I have to be honest with you. I got pregnant and I was looking for a job. Couldn't find a job, and I could sing, so I got into the band, start singing in the hotels and so on. So there's where that started. I've always had music in me, so it was easy to transition and to be professional about it. Yes, so that is how I got into it. Just a means and a way of making money to take care of my child.
Got you. And look at you now with an album, a recently released album entitled, was it Strong Tower?
Strong Tower.
What can you tell us about that project?
Wow. It's a journey, you know. It is a journey. If you read between the lines and you know music and emotional connection through music, you can understand that Lisa was at a place when she wrote this one, or you know, what was she thinking when she was writing this one. But I must say though, Strong Tower, the title, it came from one of the tracks on the album Strong Tower, and this is the one that I see encourage persons throughout the COVID time period. A lot of persons, they needed a strength, some sort of a refuge or a song they could sing to say, you know, God, you are my strong tower. So that one there, the experience with that, the feedback is just powerful. And there are others on there as well. You can see where I'm coming from and how I intend when I write to meet the people through the lyrics of the song. So they're very powerful. It's also a mixture of different genres. As you know, I live in Antigua.
Yes.
So you're going to get some soca, right? It's just inevitable. You're going to get some soca. So I believe that my sweet spot really is with contemporary and reggae. So it's a mixture of genres, but it's a powerful album. All
right, I'm glad to hear that, and sounds like you're quite happy with the response that you're getting for that project. So you get a chance to perform quite a bit in Antigua?
Oh yes, I do. I have a band, so I love music. You know, I love music bad. I have a band, so we do it like a ministry. You know, we just go out and just worship and play music, and persons are always attracted to music. Could even be a bucket with a piece of steak and the rhythm sweet, people gonna look. So we just go out and just set up worship. People come and we minister to them in that way. So yes, I would say that. And you know, concerts coming up in the different churches and so on.
Oh, that's nice to hear. That's nice to hear. So you're keeping yourself quite busy. Well, I want to wish you all the best going forward, Lisa Grace Harris. I'd also like for you to tell the Bridge Nation where they can see more of you on social media and support your music.
Oh, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you. And just thank you to the fans who are listening as well. Oh, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at I am Lisa Harris. I am on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, Apple Music. You can find me at Lisa Grace Harris, or my personal page, Lisa Sinclair Harris.
All right, follow her and support her music. Now, I want you to step into my shoes for a moment, Lisa, and pretend that you have 90% of Jamaica and all of Antigua listening to your morning program. Please introduce a song named Culture from your very own catalog to the audience in waiting. Over to you, DJ.
You're setting me up, you know.
Let's do this.
All right, yeah, big and serious. Yes. Also, wonderful listeners out there, this song coming out by Lisa Harris, Culture, the best soca song out there. Thank you.
Well done. Great talking with you. Nice meeting you. Have a great day and keep on doing well. All
Thank you
right.
and the team so much. Thank you. Have a good day.
Our pleasure. Here's Culture from Lisa Grace Harris.